Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bilikis. How are you doing? Sorry I haven't posted in a while. That's because I've been down with flu, but right now I'm fine. And a lot of people have been like, Bilikis, why are you not showing your face? Don't you know we love to see your smile? Your smile is like a photo or so. I'm like, really? So since that moment, I just decided I have to start showing my face to the camera. Hooray! So I'm back. And please, if today is your first time of checking out this channel, you're welcome and in the right place. Please make sure you subscribe and tap on the notification bell. This helps you get notified each time we put up a video. Yeah, today's class will be on how to make a native wear in Nigeria IRO and BUBA, which is a loose blouse with wrapper and the headgear. And trust me, it is so beautiful. You can make it as stylish as possible, loose or fitted. Yes. So right now, before we go into that, you can check out my other channel, Pattern Drafting with Bilikis and Bilikis Kitchen. Yes guys, I'm so happy to be back. Now, what are the required measurements for this? So if you're working with African print fabric, just 6 yards is fine. Then if you're working with lace, that comes with 5 yards, which is also perfect. So the required measurement is, first you take the measurement from your center back right to where you want it to stop. So usually it's the wrist, but nobody wears that again. So usually it's somewhere around here, here, here. Or even for stylish mom like us, we like it short, yes. So haven't taken that measurement. So like for me now, and Mama B, my mom, we wear the same size. So for her it's 26 to 27, maximum of 28, yes. So I'm going to be making do with 26. So that, then you need the largest circumference of your body. Some people it could be their bust, some people it could be their tummy, and some their hip. Like for me, my largest circumference is the hip. So for the hip now is 46. I'll be making use of that measurement too. Then the last measurement will be the measurement from the nape of your neck down to where you want it to stop, usually 2 inches below your hip measurement. My vertical hip measurement is 24, so plus the 2, that makes it 6 inches, which is just perfect. Then for the wrapper, it is usually 2 yards of fabric plus extra 6 inches. So this extra 6 inches is just for ease and the wider hem, because at the side we like our hem to be wide. We make use of 1.5 to 2 inches. Yes. So except in exceptional cases whereby the person has a bigger behind and the person is big, so you can just make it 2 1/4 and then add the extra 6 inches for the ease and hemming it. So have a note that now. Then also for the height, like for African print fabric, even lace, it comes by 45 inches. So we just leave it that way, except for our moms, you know, our mom, like Mama B, like you to elongate it. So we had extra 10 inch with the pieces left. Just add it to the upper part of the wrapper. That is not compulsory, but our mom always like it that way. Yes. So and then for the headgear is usually 1 yard, 1.5, like Mama B. She likes it like 1.5 or even more, up to 2 yards, yes. But for me, 1/2 yard, 1 yard is just perfect. It depends on your preference or your client's preference. So that is just how to do that. So now let's go to the work table to get started. So happy to be back. So now this is what it looks like. So this is the width of the 6 yards and this is the height of the 45 inches. So normally the African print fabric is being folded by 1 yards. So what I will do now is this. First we are cutting out the wrapper. That's the first thing. So here, so this is 1 yard, one like this. You can measure it. That's 1 yard, 36 inches. 1 yard. Then another ply is 2 yards. So the next thing I'm just going to do is to measure 2 inches. There's so the 6 inches. That would be for eminence and just some extra ease. So this is 2 yards, 1, 2. So from this point, I'll measure 6 inches. So that's on the average. That's what you have. Please make sure you use your scissors and do that gently, but with experience you can always do that. So here I have 2 yards. So this is the wrapper. You see that? So we are just going to hem the sides. And for the adults that want it to be extended, I'm going to show you how to do the extension. So let's just fold the wrapper aside. So this is the wrapper of 2 yards and 6 inches. Right now, this is the wrapper we've cut out initially. Then the next thing I did was to remove 1.5 for the head here. So that's also aside. So now from the leftover fabric, so what I will do is this: if I should follow this pattern and fold this way, I won't have up to what I want, which is just 22. Meanwhile, I needed 26 inches. Remember, I told you 2 inches plus the vertical hip measurement. So what I will do now is to fold this way along the width. So with this, I have enough. So I have 26, which is okay. So I haven't done that now. Make sure this upper part is folded because we are not joining the shoulder at all. So I haven't done that. And I'm going to fold. Next thing is to determine the horizontal measurement, which I've explained initially using the largest circumference. For me, it is 46. When I divide that by 4, I'm going to have 11.5. So just add extra 1 into that to make it roomy. So that'll make it 12.5. And then extra 1/2 inch to sew it up, which will make it 13. So just fold 13. I want to cut off the selvage. This is why I'm doing this. This is an outfit you can get over with in 30 minutes. It's very easy. So that is that. Then for the armhole measurement, so for someone that is not as big as me, you can make use of 9.5 inches. So for me, I'll just make use of 10 to 10.5. Let me just make use of 10. Like for Mama B2, 10, 10.5, because we're the same size. So usually for a armhole, I make use of 10.5. So let me just make use of 10 now. So then for somebody bigger than me, 11 is just fine. Yes, for somebody bigger, that's wide enough. So just note that point. We are going to notch that part. So having done that, the next thing is for the neckline. So for the neckline, a width of 4 inches, we are having a perfect round neck. That's how the buba looks like. Then 4.5 for the depth. Straight line. Then we call it a perfect round neck. So except in rare cases whereby the client or somebody you are making it for wants a wider neckline, so you can make use of 5. And if you are making use of 5, you can make use of 4. You don't want it to be. If you are making use of a wider neckline, then make sure the depth is not as much as this. So having done that, we are done. Then for those that want a stylish buba that is fitted, in this case, the extra 1 inch I added to make it roomy, you won't have to add that. And then for the armhole, usually if I'm making the fitted one for myself, normally half of my armhole is 8.5, so I'll just make use of 9. So just make it fitted, and then the sleeve will be short. I'm going to show you how we are going to cut the sleeve too. You can see it's very, very easy. Then I'm going to notch the start. So definitely my mom will be putting this on. I don't like IRO and BUBA. So then neckline is the same for both the front and the back. So that's it. Very easy. So this is the buba part. So the next thing is for the sleeve. I'm going to show you how we cut for the neckline, because the normal native, like for our mommies, for the neckline, you don't use bias strip. You have to make use of facing, whereby you will now have to hem the inner part with your needle and thread. Those that knows what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you how to cut that. So let's quickly cut the sleeve. how do you cut the sleeve? Now I will get part of the leftover fabric and then fold. So now remember, when we measure from the backbone to where I want it to stop, I want it to be 26. Good. And then we have taken 13 inches out of that 26. So when you remove 13 from 26, you'll be left with 13. So that means the length of the sleeve is going to be 13 inches. Fine. Then for our bubas, we like the hem to be very wide. So 13 now plus extra 3.5 inches. Yes, because by the time you fold it, you have a bigger hem. That's the beauty of the sleeve. Now for the width of the fabric now. That is very easy. All I did was to use the same measurement I have for the armhole I made use of. So I made use of 10. So here I'm going to be making use of 10.5. So just take your fabric. So the length is 16.5. It's actually 13, then 3.5 for the hem. Then you fold this. So unfold two fabrics. So that means you'll be having 16.5 by 10.5 inches. That is how that is going to be. And so the sleeve is just ready like that. So this is what we have. So this is, can you see, we just attach the sleeve and we have our buba. So that is this. So having done that, now we have the wrapper ready. We have the wrapper, we have the headgear, we have the sleeve, and then we have the main blouse. So the next thing now is to cut the facing. Fabric here, so I'm going to fold here. Can you see? So fold, then fold again. So I will explain why I did that to you. That is because looking at the buba, at the shoulder area, there's no opening. So that's why I did that. But if you don't want to go through this stress, just use a bias strip to finish that up, and you're good to go. And just pin it up. Use your sewing clip. Good. So I haven't done that. So just measure like 1 1/4 or just 1 inch. So this is what you have. Do now want to start sewing it up. First, this is the right side of the fabric, then the right side of the facing has to face the right side of the main fabric this way. So beautiful. So the first thing you are going to do is to just hem the lower part of the facing. You don't need to hem this lower part because you'll be hemming it with needle and thread. So just fold it all around. After sewing that, then you just sew in 1/4 inch or half all around the hem. So after doing that, we can now turn it. So having done that now, then the wrapper like we have here, usually the selvage, will leave it that way. We don't touch it at all. So now for the sides. So the first side, you just fold in it's so long. So just fold 1 1/2. So this is 1 1/2 now. Can you see? So that 1 1/2, just fold in 1/4 inch. Can you see? Quarter. Can you see? Then you just fold it all down and then sew it. Can you see? This is the right side. This is the wrong side. Just fold it over 1 1/2. Some people make it up to 2 inches, but 1 1/2 is fine. After folding it this way, then you fold again 1/4 inch. Can you see? and then you just sew it all down. Then you go to the other side of the wrapper too, which is here, folding 2 inches, then 1/4 inch, and sew it all down. After doing that now, then you do that also for the headgear. For the headgear, just taking 1/2 inch all around. Wherever there is selvage, just leave it that way. The wrapper, so looking at both sides of the wrapper, so this is what I have. So this is one side of the wrapper all through, and this is the other side of the wrapper. So I have the long wrapper done. The next thing now is the neckline. I've explained how to do that. So after sewing it on the initially it was like this, remember that. So first I hem the lower part of the facing, then I just sew in 1/4 inch all around, then I notch all the curves, then I use my pressing iron to just give it a good press. So this is what it looks like, and you see a perfect round neck. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to hem it. So this is what I have. So I have my needle and thread here that I will use to hem. It is very easy to do, and in case you can't go through all this struggle, just do what? Use a bias strip to do that. So I'm just going to hem it all around so we can finish the blouse. Hem it all around. Can you see how beautiful that looks? So when you turn it this way, can you see that? So that's how our mother likes their buba to look like. Can you see? So that's how they love it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is this. Turn it to the wrong side this way. Yeah. So you will leave the armhole area opened as we have. Then I'm just going to take in 1/2 or 3/4 inch straight and stop somewhere here. If you want a slit here, and then you just fold the edges. If you don't want that, just sew it straight, 1/2 inch or 3/4. Come to this other side. After the notch, just close it up. So that's how to finish the buba. Then for the sleeve, this is what the sleeve looks like, one for each side. So what I'm going to do is this. Remember, we left 3.5 inches for the sleeve, for the hem. Just fold 3.5 inches. So after folding that, then you just fold in the 1/2 inch. Can you see? Can you see? This is on the wrong side of the sleeve. So I'm just going to sew it down. And after sewing it down, you turn it still on the wrong side, and then close this up by 1/2 inch. So when you close this up by 1/2 inch, it becomes 10, because we did 10.5. So it's just going to fit into the buba. Notch straight down. Please, there should be 2 inches slit here, but I'm not just patient enough. So after doing that, then for the sleeve, so first I hem the 3 inches hem, can you see? And then I finish it up by the side. Yeah. So it was 10 inches, so when I took in half, it became 10. It was 10.5, sorry. Then I took in half, so I have 10, because my armhole was actually 10. So all I have to do now is to turn it to the right side. So this is the right side of the sleeve. You can see the hem so wide and beautiful. So now this is the upper part, this is the lower part whereby I sew from the inside. So that part is going to be at this other end. So just take it from inside, place it inside this way. So the sleeve is on the right side. Okay, good. So the next thing is this. So the shoulder matches with the shoulder here, and then where I sew matches with the sponge. So can you see everything just matches perfectly? So once you take note of your measurement. So what I'm going to do now is to go to the sewing machine again Remember, I took in 1/2 inch, so I'm just going to follow that 1/2 inch all around, and that is it. The same thing to this other side, and we are done with our IRO and BUBA. The sleeves, so I'm just going to turn it to the right side. What it looks like. Can you see that? So beautiful. So this is what the BUBA looks like. That is the sleeve. Can you see on the other side too? So all I have to do is to give it a good press. Can you see that? So that is it on how to make the BUBA. Can you see the neckline? Just the perfect. Yeah, so all I have to do now is to just give everything a good press. This is the headgear and this is the wrapper. Give it a good press and show you how it looks. Quickly, I'm just going to explain the elongated wrapper I told you about, especially for our mommies and those who are very big. So now this is one of Mama B's wrapper she gave to me for Mugo, which I cherish so much. So looking at it, the length of by 45 is from this wrapper, which stops here. So extra 10 inches was added to it. Can you see? So that is how wrapper for elderly people usually looks like. This is the outfit we just made, and you can see how beautiful that looks. Can you see that? Bilikis is a beauty. Bilikis is beautiful. I can say that again, and you agree with me. So this tutorial on how to make this IRO and BUBA has been helpful. Please give me a giant thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm sure my mom will be very surprised to see me in this because I was forced on my first child's naming ceremony to wear that, and since then I don't like it. So this is the second time I'm like putting on IRO and BUBA, and it really looks nice. Every mom should have this in a closet. You could use any type of material, lace, African print fabric, and it just look good. Yes, can you see that? And hope my headgear is just so wonderful. And the lovely fan that requested for this, hope have fulfilled my promise. So right now I have to go, girls. And for your online classes and sewing tools, please contact us through the contact number in the description box below. I have to go now. Bye, guys.